What's up, y'all? Okendamas, and I'm here with another Kendama unboxing. This Kendama is going to be from Catalina Kendamas. I've done one collab with Roger, and he sent me out his second iteration of his shape, and right here I have his newest shape called the Eagle shape. The Eagle shape, I believe, is based off of the F-15 airplane jet thing. I don't know a lot about planes, but here's a picture of an F-15. Super excited. I think I've seen a little bit about it, but there's no other better way to really get in there without opening this up, so let's do it. And to Bevel Worship, come back, please. Right. Okay, cool. Oh, we're in there. Let's go. Oh, I almost cut the bag. That's really cool. Here, we got the stuff right here in this bag. Ooh, nope. It's just a sticker and the card that all these come with, which is so sick. He gives like you a little history card and all that information on the plane, which is really cool. Again, some really cool branding from Roger. It's a very specific thing, but he's running with it and he's doing it right? He's not like, you know, shorting us on anything. He's letting us know what it's based off of and the feats that this thing has completed. So that's really cool. Oh, and I forgot, he also includes like a button with everything. So you can check out that button right there. That's really sick. All right, let's get into the Dama. So we got, oop, I know what that is. Okay, all right, we got a little whoop-bang, woo! And then we also got a little whoop-bang, whoa. Whoa, 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 literally whoa. What the heck, whoa, dude, what the heck, whoa. This is so sick, dude. Oh my God, wait, is there a bearing somewhere? Did I lose the bearing? Is there no bearing? Dude, please tell me there's a bearing. Come on, man. Come on, Roger, there's a bearing in here somewhere. Oh, there's a button too. Okay. So we got some cool stuff going on here. Okay, Roger, I see you, man. So let's go over this Tama really quick. It definitely has, the colorway of the Tama is definitely inspired by the plane. Kind of got that blue, that gray, and that orange that we see on the plane, and then we got the star right there. It's very common in a lot of the designs for Catalina, which is really good. I really like the contrast between all of them. The way Roger chose out the contrast in all of them is very good. Having the brighter color at the bottom so it goes against and is really separated from the bevel is a very nice choice, and then having the dark ones on top and kind of, you know, choosing the gray to split it up, I like a lot. You got the kind of contrasting colors happening right there, so I kind of like that a lot. It's nice. And I feel like this is the new China rubber. There's no way it's not. This thing feels like extra grippy, so that's really cool. And then we got the F-15 shape right here, and this thing is super interesting to say the least. So it's definitely a departure from the other shape that it's leaving my mind right now, but also inspired by a plane. But as you can see right here, we have chunkier cups in general. The sword is just a normal size sword. I'm wondering what these slings are gonna be like. We got really flat rims on both sides, and then on the base cup as well as a flat rim. And then you can also see that it has a chunky ring stall, dude. Check that out. And both the ring stall and the handle stall are super rounded out as well. As you can see, details there, pretty insane, dude. So very interesting features. Also, the bird stalls are on the really thin side. So that is really interesting, but they go along with the chunkiness of the cups and they are rounded. So a lot of different cool things going on here with this shape. One interesting thing about this is you can't really see in camera, but that's a really deep balance hole right there. And this is my finger, and that's how deep my finger goes in the balance hole. Some of the engravings on this Ken, you can see right there, we got the Catalina Kendamas logo there, and then we got the jet right there on the Underbird cup right there, so that's cool. Another feature of the Ken, which I love a lot because I love these kinds of spikes, you can see there is a bullet tip spike right there, so that's really cool. That's definitely a continuation of the stuff that Roger's been doing. The last Ken, I believe he also had a bullet tip spike. Actually, let's just confirm that right now by pulling it out. So here we have the other shape from before, and yes, it does indeed have a bullet tip spike, and they're about the same size. Swords are about the same size, and it looks like he kind of kept the same, just the same sword in general, and the changes kind of start happening with the rings. Yeah, the heights are pretty similar, but the distance between this slip stop and the distance between this slip stop is pretty different because the ring starts earlier, and you can really tell where the ring starts because of this orange stripe thing right here, the painted thing. So That's really cool. The juxtaposition between these shapes, the angles on this shape right here versus the roundedness on this shape right here is crazy. This was a really fun flippy, tappy kendama and Ken flippy kendama because it was so long. This one, I feel like the center of gravity is going to be a little bit different. The space between where the cups are and where this ring stall are and this slip stop area is, it is so much closer than this guy where it's super far apart, and that's where you get those like very, very consistent and lofty feeling J-sticks and flips. Let's compare cup sizes really quick. Big cup's definitely bigger. Small cup, definitely bigger. Base cup, definitely bigger. Okay, so bro just boosted all the cups, so that's pretty crazy. So yeah, definitely just a big departure, and I think this is gonna be a pretty lunar home dama. We'll see where the trade-offs are. I feel like very much different shapes and very much trade-offs for different tricks. I wanna compare this to one thing it reminds me of really quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, so something this reminded me of right away was the Sweets Legend shape. So having them both in hand, they definitely feel similar. They're different enough, okay? So the big things that I see is one, the only like main similarities I see are kind of like the outlines between the two. So like the cups are both chunky, but the angles are different, right? So if we're looking at like the ring, the stall points, they're more rounded, I feel like, on the F15 shape versus the Sweets Legend shape. The cup rims are a little bit thinner too, and the cups are just like slightly wider. So even though the Seratos kind of have like the same like oomph to them, the cup rims are different, and then the lengths are slightly different as well. The sword's a sword, whatever, like they have similar thickness, but like, whatever, who cares? The rings are definitely different. Like you can tell that the rings are super different from one another. And then again, like the body of the slip stops are similar. Like the space between the ring and the handle saw feels like kind of the same chunk. And then also the rounded hand stalls, although the angles are different and the slopes and how steep they are different. I feel like this is a little bit more of a steeper slope on the handle saw versus the Legend shape. They kind of feel similar. Now, do they play similarly? Let's go find out. All right, this guy's pretty cool. This guy's all right. This guy's all right. There's some different quirks about it that I like a lot, and it definitely plays different from a Legend shape. So for those of you who are thinking, and after the comparisons I just made, that they are similar, they look similar, they do not play the same like at all. The one thing that I will say off the bat, which I'm kind of biased and I'm happy about that it does that the Legend shape doesn't do, is that this thing actually slings. The space between the cups and the sword is just prime time. So when you're slinging, it just is locked in there. So that's really, really great. And I did a late sling on it. It's really cool, but I would see that if you push these cups down a little bit more, it would be a little bit hard. It's just at that point right there where it's gripping perfectly. So if you were to push it down, it would kind of get to that point where you kind of get like stuck and can't fully wrap, and you would get into the situation like the Legend shape does. So definitely really cool that it slings and has some really decent slings. I think it has something to do with how heavy the sword area is, even though that this thing is gaped. That leads me to my next thing, which is the lunars are kind of like, they're all right, they're all right. The one thing that you get from making these cups a little bit thinner is that your stalls are amazing. This thing's super good at stilt and super good for birds. I had so much fun doing it. Also, I think there's an unsanded finish on the Serato and not on the sword, but I could be wrong. So I can't completely tell if it's unsanded CNC finish or if it's the normal blade finish. The cups are rough, so I don't see why it wouldn't be the CNC finish. But yeah, the stalls are great, feel really, really good. That also means this Serato is super reduced in weight. Now, it could be possible that I just have a Serato that's way lighter than my sword, which could be the case. The lunars were good, they're sticking on, especially with, dude, China rubber is so good, dude. Like, it's just, it's so good now. This is crazy, this feels like a premium Tama. But yeah, it was sticking, it was good. it's not like a top tier lunar kendama by any means. Like, you can do them, but it does take a little bit of getting used to the balance point and all of that. It just doesn't feel as prime time as lunars for those other shapes that, you know, like the Lock Studios Deadbolt X, the Lotus Element shape, all those other really honed lunar shapes. It's not quite there. It's like maybe a notch below it, but you can still lunar, especially if you're a seasoned kendama veteran. You can still lunar. It's just not high. It's not up there. With the trade-off for the birds and the slingers, like, you know, whatever, like, pick your poison. It's pretty cool that it does those with being this chunky of a shape. So yeah, that's cool. One of the things I really enjoyed was the ergonomics and the in-hand feeling. This right here, the ring stall and how it touches your thumb, didn't realize how much I'd enjoy it. This area right here specifically, it just rests up, your thumb rests up against it so nicely, and then just how rounded and smooth this area is really good. And speaking of which, interestingly enough, the ring stall is good and the handle stall is good as well. So along with ergonomics, those stall points are great. So home runs on the stalls on this Dama, the F15 is pretty good at all of them. Ken flips and juggles feel really good. That's like the one similar thing that this and the Legend shape have. Tabs on this felt really good. The base cup's fat. You can just go for days on it. So it's really nice. Again, I'm not a great tapper, but the triple felt good. The doubles felt good. It's not like a top tier tap Dama, but you can do them and they feel good. So that's really all you need from there. Oh, for those of you wondering if this will hook, it will not, because that just doesn't exist with the round ring stall. So yeah, this is overall just like a really fun Dama. It is really cool. I'm very, all these smaller companies making their own shape and making something that stands out is really great for the community. It gives people more options, and it's definitely an interesting thing, again, to switch things up. It's doing things uniquely enough to where I feel like it's worth a try if you have the money, and then if you like it, you just stick with it. And Roger's kind of been doing this iteration thing where he hasn't been doing like very normal continuations. He's done like different stuff every time, which is really cool. So I wonder if this is gonna stick, or if he's gonna, you know, redesign again completely. But that's the cool thing about this community, is that you guys can let him know, I can let him know, and that'd be really cool. So whenever he drops these, go ahead and check it out, the F15 by Catalina Kendamas. That's it for me. Thank you, Roger, again, for sending this out. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below or DM me. I'm always open in my DMs. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe button, and hit post notifications so you can be one of the first to watch these videos when they come out. And obviously sharing the video goes a long way for the channel. This is KendramaCo, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.